When the mortal realm's in need of destruction, you better call on the Lord of Seduction. End of the world, it's almost time, but I'm gonna do it right, the perfect crime. So what in the name of Slanesh's pile of strangely unpliant tissue was I doing last time? Ah yes, I was taking an army up a hill to see the sights. The sights being some relics of humanity using each other for target practice with their cannons. But get this, they fired a volley at us from their mortars, and of course that gave us about 40 days and nights to watch the shots travel at the speed of boob sag towards us. Seemed like our men would be able to dodge the easily visible overhead hazards, but the spiders were up to no good again. Trapped in an array of magical webs, my men were forced to take a few sizzling shells to their dribbling selves. No matter, they went to start a fight with the hostile horsey boys. Nearby, the enemy had an array of gigantic 50s sci-fi lasers pointing right in our direction, able to blow away the odd member of my advancing infantry. I feel they were hoping for a lot more from this technological marvel they'd constructed. It did less damage than a regular old volley of arrows, and was about as accurate as an American pre-election poll. So while I had some fun slapping their steam tank about a bit, the laser louds contented themselves by killing 10 or so of my heavy metal henchmen before dashing back to the drawing board, hopefully to just draw a damned sharp piece of steel strapped to a wooden stick. That works for me. Within moments, the whole enemy army, although the travelling circus is probably a better term, was in full retreat. I was pulling a power walk pursuit of old Three Hammers McGee, their commander. But I only see 2 hammers. Well then count yourself lucky. When you see his 3rd hammer, you know you're in for a rough night. Anyway, the folk in the steamy contraption said damn if this ain't a trap, son, but it was too late. They melted away and the battle was won. Just a bit of fun, nice to give the troops a bit of a run around now and again. Right, now back to business. Zavastra, tastefully redeveloped. Bilbali, deconstructively criticised. Erengrad, cleared of parasites. Magritta, streamlined after user feedback. Kislev, closed due to health and safety concerns. Kholek, assassinated for the 5th time this week. Tabaro, made subject to a court-ordered rehabilitation program. Fort Jakova, mothballed due to industrial espionage. Talabheim, cleared to make room for a new rubble storage facility. Miragliano, failed the process of natural selection. Karak Ungor mysteriously failed to show up for jury duty. Kazed Hercules respectfully asked to leave the mortal realm until they could come up with a better name. Wait, sorry, I think I just realised I might have been using the wrong words. I'm sure I meant to say at least one of those places was razed. Whatever. The next thing of interest happened to poor old Kholek. The Vamps got their act together and sent 4 armies to stop him. Finally, someone actually trying to avoid the old world being destroyed, and ironically it's the ones that don't even like the mortals anyway. So he was in rather a lot more trouble than he'd managed to squeeze out of on previous occasions. It was time to really make an absolutely last final no going back, no moving forward, no returns, GG, no last stand. It didn't end up being much of a battle, more of a massive festival promoting the values of losing one's limbs, donating blood to the ground, and being generally slapped about by a selection of spooky so-and-sos, some of which were ghost horses pulling a giant floating chair, some just regular ghosts with death scythes that proved to be much more physical than their bearers were, some big ghouly things that drowned in my beautiful infantry, some aggressive zombie hamsters with wings, not to mention the tons of spine-shivering skellies. At first, our creatures found at least a little success, getting some of their blood-chugging top goths into a classic inescapable ring of chomping mouths situation. You don't happen to have heard that phrase before, do you? What? No, I don't think so. Good. Guess I really did get them all in the end. Anyway, the enemy's chariot of death and doom burst a tire on some stray terrorgeist teeth. Most manufacturers will make sure their vehicles don't just suddenly explode in cases like this, but the vampire industrialists were as ruthless as those terrorgeists were now toothless. They realized it was more profitable to make their customers buy the whole vehicle again rather than replace a tire, so covered the whole thing in pressure-sensitive explosives, and then made sure that the safety inspector was just a dog in a suit, trained to make a noise that sounded a bit like "yes, that's fine" at regular intervals. Where was I? Oh yes, we killed one of their leaders, and then we found an old fellow named Kemler on the field. Kemler was an arch-necromage of the whole Dark Realm. He had, though, forgotten that he could simply restore the lives of the dead to create an unlimited army of evil, and instead decided to try out some moves he saw in the classic martial arts film Crouching Flyer, Hidden Corpse Wagon. But his sword and stick shtick was quick to get licked, and so, with the customary overdramatic leap, he was ironically killed. So that was lovely and all, but don't get your hopes up. We had only just about defeated the first of the 4 vampire armies, losing half of our mobile meat in the process. All that happened from now on was pretty much down to the raw skill of our hand-picked and hand-plucked warriors. The fight developed into 2 huge blobs of death and destruction, hacking through the endless streams of out-of-date flesh like it was dinner for 500 at the kebab store. At least Kholek managed to have some fun, slapping the shuffling slabs of reconstituted humans right back down into the ground they so famously refused to stay under. But more and more hordes of evil weightlifters, dragons, and Halloween store mannequins showed up to pile into the pugilistic party. They even brought that damn enterprising funeral director, with his trademarked, quick-grave hearse of 1,000 murder charges dropped under suspicious circumstances. Now it was time to do something you mortals are very familiar with. Sit back, stare into the middle distance, and wait for death. Pretty sure that was going to be Netflix's catchphrase until they went with the more friendly, why watch shows when you can just scroll through the menu for hours and have almost as much fun. Finally, our men gave up the ghost to a load of ghosts, and Kholek's career as a premium assassination target finally came to an end. But don't be sad. You know what the good news was? Lucini raised, Gnashtak's lair raised, and then Kholek was born again, taking command of Archiboy's force while the ever-a-fan-of-Frozen warlord ran about with a big net that he just found, grabbing the catch of the day from the local bipeds to restock our discount divisions. Zaraxil raised, Karakadrin raised, and then, my friends, we witnessed a Christmas miracle. I had told old No-Legs McSpawnseeker to go out and kill a few pesky Pegasus patrols, and I noticed that before my very eyes he was walking on what were unmistakably legs. Legs, I tell you. It was surely a sign that the world was now doomed, for the most powerful-smelling warrior in history was now able to kick down doors, ride bicycles, and perform terrifying tap dances on the corpses of his foes. Yes, this blessing from the Chaos Gods made my mission into just the thing of beauty I'd always wanted. For example, we had Karak Buftar raised, Wardenhof raised, Essen raised, Eschen raised, Karak Isor raised.
We interrupt this broadcast to bring you a Chaos Lordcast from our sponsors, the Filthy Four. Are you tired of having perfect skin, good health, and great hair? It's just so boring, isn't it?
Are you annoyed that you can't hack reality to win as easily as you can in the Bahamut raid?
Are you out of gift ideas for the friend who seems to have everything, except a chair made entirely out of skulls? Are you hankering for a bit of underhanded undercarriage undulation, anytime, any place, with only about 70% of the normal consequences?
If you answered yes, no, maybe, I don't know, or asked us to repeat the question, you could be perfect for a role at the world's leading apocalypse retailers, Chaos Corp.
When you join Chaos, all your problems will disappear in a flash. Admittedly, you get a whole bunch of much worse problems pretty much straight away, but variety's the spice of life, ain't it, my little mortal munchkins? Joining Chaos is so easy, even your goat can do it. In fact, it probably already has, given all the beastmen about the place. Oh ho ho ho. Just grab the nearest sharp implement, stab it into your gut, twist it about a bit, and then shout in a good proper voice, 1, 2, 3, it's chaos for me. You'll get a sly contact from one of our helpfully twisted representatives who will advise you on the roles most suitable to you. From human sacrifice, to demon food, to giant toys, and even fuel for the fires on those cold winter nights. There's so many ways you could make a difference to the Corp.
But wait, there is more. If you join right now, we'll double the offer and let both you and a party member of your choice join our guild for only a single offering of virgin blood. That's a 4 offering value.
That's right, guys. There's really no reason to wait. Stab yourself as soon as you can to take advantage of this sensational offer. And remember, 1, 2, 3, it's chaos for me. 1, 2, 3, it's chaos for me.
Oh God, my spleen! No! We will now return you to the previously scheduled program. What I did on my holiday with Prince Sigvald the Magnificent.
Yes, and then there was a bit of stone mine raised, Migrilliano raised again. I can't believe those damn orcs were able to break through Sinchi's magic. But anyway, stone mine tower raised, Zufbar raised, Lucini raised again, Dokkaraz raised, Grom Peak raised. Oh God, I think I've said the word raised so many times, I'm not even sure it means anything anymore. And there's still so many more times to say it. Just take a break, alright? We'll resume this in a bit, once I've had the muscle therapy on the tendons needed to say raised. There goes another one. You'd be amazed. God! Cut it, I said!